Goeiemorgen allemaal. Elke keer na die LER gepraat het ek moet die ding bietjie so opstoot. Ek weet nie wat is die rede daar. Laat ek die geleentheid gebruik om eerstens die programdirekteur te bedanken voor die geleentheid. Dan wil ik ook leiders van die provinciale uitvoerende comité ook groot ek sien daar spar van hulle wat hier is amper 7. Wat beteken die amper die hele regering van die Noord-Kaap is hier. The Speaker of the Provincial Legislature, Ms. Nuren Cluster, is also here and you are greeted, ma'am. We also have the Chief Whip of the majority party from the Provincial Legislature, Mr. Zamani. We've got the members of the Provincial Legislature who are here to also grace the event. I'm certain the leader of the opposition party will be here. He never misses these events. I have not seen him. Let me also greet the head of department, Ms. Moira Mare, and the entire management team of the education department. We also have amongst ourselves the Public Service Commissioner, Mr. Anele Koyia, and the representatives of teacher unions are also here. I just bumped into the provincial secretary of SATU, and I'm certain also other sister unions who are active in the sector should be here. And let me greet the stakeholders in the education sector. We came here this morning, we interacted with the representatives of MTN, Vodacom, Standard Bank. We also have the South African Institute of Chartered Accountants, SAISA, they are also here and they are greeted. The senior management and officials of the Department of Education, all of them are here and greeted. I saw the district leaders are also here, district directors who are responsible for the district, and zoals altijd de district director van ZFMGAU is hier in een flauwe te soorten. En ik heb hem gezegd dat van vandaag af ik moet ook beginnen flauwe te soort komen. Ik weet dat goed te werk. En later zal jullie verstaan hoekom ik wil ook een flauwe te soort, niet een soort, niet een trippies. The school principals that are here, and as we entered this morning, I had an opportunity to interact with some of them, and we could firsthand experience the kind of pride and joy as well as excitement from them as they will be celebrating some major achievements with their great 12 learners. Members of the media, and most importantly, our top performing learners and their parents. So as we moved in this morning, I think I've interacted with all of them and with all of their parents, most of them sitting this side of the tabernacle. En ek is seker daar's niemand hier wat minderjarig is. As ons almal meer as 18 jaar hier binne. Want ek wil nou sê wat een van die ouers vir my gesê het. As I was congratulating them, een van die ouers kom skinder hier in my oor. En hy sê vir my, ek was seker die donor sal dit maak. het gebrul soos 'n leeu. Dis was seker die donor gaan dit maak. En die donor het dit nog reg gemaak. En the top performing learners, they are our pride. And the opportunity that I had to interact with all of them, asking what is it that they intend to do, all of them. They've got vibrant dreams of what they want to do. IT, engineering, others looking at environmental sciences, and ek dink daar's net een wat 'n prokureur wil raak. Ek sê, prokureur sê. Daar's een wat 'n prokureur wil raak. But they all harbor and are pregnant with beautiful ambitions. And that makes us very proud as the province. Program Director, I recently paid a visit to the Robben Island Museum, where I was taken on a painful journey of the sacrifices that were made for us to enjoy our freedoms and democracy today. Amongst other things, Robben Island is most famous for being the place where Nelson Mandela, our founding president, was imprisoned for 18 of his 27 years that he spent in jail. Today, I am thus reminded of the great words of Nelson Mandela. I quote, "It is through education that the daughter of a peasant can become a doctor, that the son of a mine worker can become a head of the mine, that a child of a farm worker can become the president, and that education can make possible what looks impossible." At close quote. These words must therefore spur us on to know that even out of triumphs can come triumph, and through hard work and never giving up on your dream, you are capable of so much more. As government, we will continue to play our part in the life journey of our children, because we are convinced that the best tool we can give them to manage their lives is good quality education. Before we go into the business of the gathering, I want us to pause a bit and observe a moment of silence in memory and honor of an educator and leader par excellence. Earlier this month, we had to lay to rest Mr. Alexandra Kluter, Regional Head of the Namakwa District of Education. Those who know Alexandra Kluter will attest to his commitment and dedication to ensure that the child of a peasant stands a chance to become a doctor. We salute him for his immense contribution to the education sector in the district and the province. May his soul rest in peace, and his legacy should continue to inspire all of us. Can we just rise for a moment of silence, please? May his soul rest in peace. Thank you very much. Program Director, we are here to acknowledge our top learners and schools in the province. Important to note is that this cohort of Matric learners were severely affected by COVID-19 as they started grade 10 in 2020. Grade 10 is where the journey for Matric begins, and they did not have the benefits of attending school, writing the necessary exams, and being able to go through the normal types of assessment that schooling systems requires. With all the challenges that came with the pandemic, we continued, we persevered with our learners to the best of our abilities to steer the ship, ensuring that learners return to school and prepare for what lies ahead. A special word of congratulations, therefore, to the class of 2022 that succeeded against all odds. Can we give the class of 2022 a Northern Cape round of applause? Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, the release of the National Senior Certificate Examination results is always awaited with high expectations and anticipation, as it serves as a barometer for the work that was done to improve the learning outcomes. Today, we're also bidding our final farewell to the class of 2022, as it signaled the end of a 12-year-long schooling journey and the start of a new journey at an institution of higher learning. Allow me then to illustrate the magnitude of managerial expertise required by the department to administer the 2022 National Senior Certificate. A total of 13,574 candidates wrote all subjects in the 2022 NSC examination. Out of that 13,574, 10,072 candidates successfully completed their final examinations, bringing the overall pass rate of the Northern Cape to 74.2%. The pass rate for 2022 is 74%, which represents 2.8% improvement from 2021 results of 71.4%. This reflects the second highest percentage of Matric results for the sixth administration. Can we give ourselves a nice round of applause for the achievement of 72.2%? It is quite noteworthy that all of these improvements have not matched or surpassed the national average, which for the year under review, which is 2022, stands at 80.1%. We are about 6% below the national average, and this demonstrates the kind of work and planning that we must put up this year. So for this year, to both the MEC and the HOD, there is no resting time, because we've set ourselves a target that the minimum benchmark for the province should be the national percentage, which we use as a national average. If national, the pass rate is 80, we must be above 80, or we should match then be 80% as well, or be above 80. We've set this target since we started as the sixth administration, and it has proved to be very elusive. The national pass rate for 2021 was 76%, and we got 71. For 2020, it was 75%, and we got 66%. So this proved to be very elusive, something very difficult for us to achieve. But I firmly believe that if we put our efforts together, we might be able to achieve this target. Because schooling is called a system. Yes, a STELSA. And we should all know that the system has got different parts. We need our parents to be actively involved in the education of their children. Parents, actively involved. They should know what's happening in the schools. A school is not a dumping ground for your child. Take the school to child every morning, and you don't get actively involved in the life of the school. All schools that perform good are schools where parents are actively involved in the lives of those schools. All schools. There's not a single school that performs good and parents are not involved. We need to have properly qualified teachers in class on time, at school on time. Because academic support is a critical component from this STELSA of the system. So if you've got teachers who takes their responsibility of teaching and giving academic support to learners for granted, you are likely to sit with bad outcomes. And we need a properly organized Department of Education, which is government intervention. So this tells us that verschillende parts, and each one of them must make the necessary contribution to improve the quality of public education. So this will be a year where we'll have to work very hard. At least if next year the national minister says the national average is 80%, Northern Cape should be at least 80%. And we can manage the system because we've got lesser grade 12 population compared to any other province. So ladies and gentlemen, noteworthy is the fact that 9 schools in the province have obtained 100% pass rate. Can we give these 9 schools a nice round of applause? And for a school to achieve 100% pass rate, you need a serious school principal. Ernstige skoolhoof. You need serious teachers who instill discipline in the school. Without discipline, there is no schooling system. So we need to congratulate these 9 schools that have achieved 100% pass rate. Out of the 13,574 full-time candidates that completed the NSC examination, a total of 1,896 candidates obtained distinctions and 4,177 candidates obtained access to a bachelor's degree for university entrance. Can we give them a nice round of applause? So amongst the 1,896 learners that obtained distinctions, some of them are here. And we've got 4,177 who achieved bachelor's degree for university entrance. That is a major achievement. It's about 30%, if I'm not mistaken. Unfortunately, and with great disappointment, we note that the performance of learners in mathematics has decreased, with 7.7% translating into a 51.5 pass rate. Whilst on a positive note, physical science improved with 4.2%, which translates into a 69.5% pass rate. Ladies and gentlemen, the pass rates for our 5 districts are as follows. Number 1, district that is leading the province currently is ZF Mtawu district, which has recorded the highest pass percentage of 83.8% with an increase of 4%. Can we give the ZFM a nice round of applause? And can you ask the district manager and his team just to stand up? And thank you very much for the hard work. And that's the reason why I said I'm going to buy myself a 3-piece that is flowery as well. Yeah, the half-dyed 3-piece, flowery. And thank you very much for the hard work. And the second district is the Namakwa district, which recorded a pass percentage of 80%, a decrease of 1.2%. Can you also give them a nice round of applause? Where is the district leadership of Namakwa? Barasana? Dis 3 leierskap. Baie dankie vir die harde werk. En ons glo die jaar kan ons beter doen. Thank you very much. And we are really happy that we've got 2 districts that have matched the national average of 80%. Can we give these 2 districts a nice round of applause? And the 3rd district is Pixley-Kaseme district, which has recorded a pass percentage of 78.3%, which is a whooping increase of 9.5%. This is the best improved region. District. Can we get the leadership of Pixley just to stand up so that we can give them an appropriate, nice round of applause? The 4th district, which is Francis Bart district, follows with a pass percentage of 72.1%, with an increase of 2.5. Whereas our Francis Bart team, thank you very much for work. And 5th district, the John Kabuga district, which has recorded 68%, with an increase of 0.8%. Whereas JTG is somewhere here. The district head, that it is. Thank you very much for the work that you are doing, which means for this year, we need to strengthen our intervention measures in Francis Bart and John Tauloghaiti. The 2 districts account for almost more than half of the learners in the province. So if we improve our performance there, it will have an impact of the overall performance of the province. We therefore congratulate ZF district, who this year took the position as the top performing district. Equally so, we congratulate the Pixley-Kaseme district, which recorded the highest improvement in 2022. Ladies and gentlemen, we are mindful that there are some challenges in the schooling system that have the potential to set us back if we do not address them urgently. Therefore, as part of our efforts to improve the weaknesses and poor performance in the 2022 NSC examination results and to respond to Action Plan 2019, our provincial improvement plan will include, these are some of the issues that we are going to focus on: programs with a specific focus on underperforming school, novice teachers, learner performance, ICT in schools, leadership and management, and most importantly, consequence management. Some of the school challenges that we have identified range from school infrastructure to academic support for improved results. Our first challenge is to improve school infrastructure. This is a huge task. The expectation is that all schools must adhere to the norms and standards required. This week, I visited the Baja Lotlare High School in Yenningsley as part of the opening of schools program. And due to a disaster that the school had suffered, some of the infrastructure at the school was in a very poor state. We have, however, committed to expedite the refurbishment of the school. If we are to provide quality public education, the environment in which our children are taught must be conducive for teaching and learning. Infrastructure challenges are not all due to neglect, but are caused at times by events outside our control, and for which we can neither foresee or budget in advance. Government extend a hand of cooperation and collaboration with private sector and civil society to work together to improve the quality of education in our province. Our second challenge is to assist our educators to acquaint themselves with the use of technology in the classroom to equip learners with skills needed for the fourth industrial revolution. In this regard, we will soon be rolling out the provision of digital devices with e-learning software for all educators and learners in grade 12. The third challenge is to improve our participation and pass rate in maths and science. All countries currently face the demand for more literate and numerate learners than ever before. The curriculum has been designed to suit a world that is reinventing itself rapidly through new technologies. The opportunities presented by this will, however, only be fully grasped if we excel in science and maths. Ladies and gentlemen, today we have enough reason to celebrate. We have in our midst the top performing candidates in our province. We will also be celebrating excellent achievements in specific subjects where candidates obtained level 7. These candidates will be announced and acknowledged later in the program. They have demonstrated the highest level of resilience. They were able to master the highest level of discipline and hard work, regardless of their social and economic conditions. They were able to rise above their own current realities and define a promising future for themselves with endless possibilities. We celebrate them as our modern-day heroes for hard work and dedication. We are proud of them because through their discipline and hard work, they dared their challenging circumstances and created a script for others to follow. Finally, we will continue to support all candidates that have not made it through these exams. We will assist and support them in the subjects which they've not reached an achievement to ensure that they complete the requirements for passing. On this note, I want to encourage those learners who did not succeed, not to despair, but to register for the mid-year examination. You have stumbled at the last hurdle, so get up, dust yourselves off, and go get the pass mark in June. At this stage, I want to thank the MEC for Education, Mr. Zolile Monakali, the head of department, Ms. Moira Martin, and all senior managers and middle managers for their administrative leadership. All district and circuit officials, curriculum chief directorate, curriculum coordinators, and all subject advisors need special mention and have to be acknowledged for the role which they have played. A word of appreciation, the examination chief directorate, as well as the district examination officials for their commitment and outstanding manner in which they've conducted examinations in our province this last year. I thank all the teacher unions and the teachers for their dedication and for the outstanding work that they have played in order for us to be sitting with these outcomes. A special word of appreciation to all our partners in the education sector, such as MTN, Vodacom, Standard Bank, Old Mutual, SAISA, for their unwavering support. This gives meaning to the saying that, I quote, education is a societal matter, close quote. I sincerely trust that this cooperation and relationship will continue and further strengthen. Please remember that these learners are our children who need our assistance and support at all times. In conclusion, I call on all stakeholders and partners in the education sector to strengthen the hand of the Northern Cape Provincial Government, to work with us to achieve excellence in public education. The future of our country heavily rests on education, and my commitment is to heighten our efforts as the provincial government to improve the quality of public education.